Hey everyone, it's Ashley, your pet content creator coach. And in this video today, we're talking all about how to grow your Instagram from nothing to something. And I know a little thing about this because I am a coach, and literally all the strategies that I have learned through one of my pets in regard to being a full-time income earner as a pet, I had started a brand new channel and implemented everything that I learned into a second one and was able to grow that very fast. Now, I am super excited because if you are new here, I do have some digital freebies for you. Go down in the description, get your free ebook and your free 2-day course to get you started on pet influencing. And I go over a few secrets that'll really get you on the right foot when it comes to considering being a pet influencer. So in this video about going from 0 to 10K followers super quick as a new pet influencer, I'm going over 4 specific bullet points that hopefully are going to give you a little bit of a boost today in regard to your channels. Or honestly, if you are really brand new and haven't even started, this is going to be even more beneficial. So that way you don't have to backtrack on things. Now, the very first bullet point we're going over is be authentic. Now, okay, here's the deal. What I've seen is a lot of people who are brand new try to make it really, really hard. As in, they add in tons of on-screen text, stickers and GIFs, fonts and animations, and all this stuff that can work when done tastefully. But when a newbie does it, it really shows as unprofessional. And this is something that just, it irks me because we have to think of things on 2 different sides. We have super over edited content and completely unedited, unintentional content. So on this side of things, these are the pet content creators who literally just sit on the couch, film for a minute and a half, and then upload. And that's it. No intentionality behind it, nothing really. Then you have the content creators who go way over the top and try to do way too much when it comes to text. And again, those animations and transitions and all this stuff. And then it looks super unprofessional. And I tend to see people on these 2 sides of the aisle. Now, what you have to figure out is how to find your authenticity right in the middle. So I want you to film your pet, your dog, your cat, whenever, all the time, so you have a lot of content to utilize. But at the same time, you also want to be using on-screen text. You want to be using potentially voiceovers, stuff like that. It's just really hard sometimes for people to find that balance, okay? When I say to be authentic, there are a few channels that I've been able to work with who off the bat just intuitively understand what it means to be authentic. So if your dog is really crazy, right? Let's say it's just a golden retriever puppy and your dog is really crazy, zooms around the house all the time. You can literally make that unique about your channel. But again, everything has to be intentional and done tastefully. It's not just film and upload. Always think to yourself, the harder you work, the harder you make the video, the more complicated it is, probably the less well it's gonna do. And that's one thing when it comes to pet influencers. Some really big influencers do skit content, and I always advocate not doing skit content for the new creators because it takes a ton of time. It takes a lot of times outfits for dogs and scripting and editing and obviously the filming. And there's so many components that it takes so long to make that content that you burn out super fast. And I want to pivot that idea into our next bullet point, which is plan your content. If you want to grow your channel, you need to have a plan. I know that it is possible to just post some random stuff and all of a sudden one of them just goes crazy and gets 1 million views. I've worked with a lot of people who come to me and they say, I just randomly posted a few videos and one just got 10 million views and now I have 20,000 followers. How do I make money off of this? I need you to consider how you're being intentional with this. Every video and every caption, every hook, the music that you put behind it, everything has to have purpose. So when you're planning your content, there are lots of ways to do this. When I mean to plan your content, what I mean is to be intentional about how you're presenting yourself to the algorithm. So the algorithm loves consistency. We need consistency. But how are you going to ensure that you are staying consistent? Most content creators don't really take off till 6 to 12 to 18 months down the road. That's a lot of posting, creating, time investment. That's a lot of months. And if you're not consistent, that can be really, really overwhelming. So I do it through just Google Calendar. I have put on my calendar what I need to post every single day. And I've been able to do that consistently for 6 years. So if I can do it, you can do it. You can also just use a written calendar. You can use your planner. You can use your good notes, whatever it is. The third thing that I want you to consider is to share your pet's story. And that's one thing about the pet niche, different than a lot of other niches, is you have to build that emotional connection. People come and watch cat and dog videos for a few different reasons, mostly mindless entertainment and usually to connect emotionally. Someone might have a Boston Terrier and they follow other Boston Terriers on Instagram just because it reminds them of their dog and they love that breed. You may have a cat and post about your silly cat's antics throughout the day, and it may help people who just reminds them of the cat that they used to own, but now they can't because they live in an apartment and they can't have a cat in their apartment. You have to think about how people emotionally are connecting with your pet. And when you do grow your accounts and you actually respond to people's comments and see what people comment, you will see that it is a hugely emotional connection that you are building. But if again, you are just randomly posting crap and randomly posting stuff without intention and without trying to emotionally connect with people, it is not going to work out. Yes, you may have some videos that just take off and do really well in the algorithm here and there, but to build that connection, that's going to be extremely hard to be able to do branded content and extremely hard to be able to make long-term money off of your audience if that is just what you're doing. And the fourth thing that I need you to consider if you're trying to grow your channel is to make your content look as professional as possible from day one. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this. And in this video, honestly, it would probably take me a solid hour to go through every aspect from microphones to lighting to how to edit your videos. And that's exactly why I have created the online group coaching program for pet influencers. And I literally have put together over 70 in-depth video tutorials of how to do XYZ so that you can have the answers to everything that you could ever want. But let's just briefly go through a few things. When it comes to making your content more professional, I touched on this just a little bit ago in regard to not following the newbies, trying to be authentic with your content. But a few things you really can do is just simply improve the lighting by filming next to windows, by buying a softbox or buying a ring light. I have these things literally right in front of me. You can get microphones. I mean, look at this. I have lighting, I have ring lights, I have microphones, I have other microphones. I have tons of equipment here, but in reality, you don't have to spend any more than $100. I don't recommend spending any more than $100 because you can get some quality stuff for a lot less expensive. From there, you need to consider how unprofessional is your content looking when it comes to your editing. I need you to stop putting tons of different styles and colors of fonts and on-screen text and stickers and GIFs and transitions and stuff like that. It makes your content look unprofessional. And if you want to really grow, build your story, be super authentic, you cannot have a ton of distracting, unprofessional filler in your video content. I know some people do it and some people can do it successfully, but as a new content creator, I just say don't. And when you're ready to dive deeper into all these separate topics, I do have other videos literally highlighting and touching on all these different subtopics. And so I highly recommend that you subscribe, check those out if you want to dive deeper. All the information you can get is down in the description where I do audits, one-on-one coaching, group coaching programs, and literally do everything to get pet influencers more success because I've seen it time and time again, and I know it's possible for the everyday person. With that said, I'll see you in the next video.